So finally, after all these years, the last expansion for IL-2 Great Battles is being developed. IL-2 Siege and Liberation. This will actually come with two new maps, Odessa and the Gulf of Finland, and will have two time frames for an early and late war scenarios for each map. 8 new planes are also going to be included, though in reality, I think only one will actually be new in my opinion. The new planes in IL-2 Siege and Liberation will include the Bf-109E4, the I-153 Chaika biplane, which is what I'd consider to be the only real new plane in the set, the Lag-3 Series 4, and the Yak-1 Series 23 for early war scenarios. And for late war scenarios, we'll have the IL-2 Mod 1944 with swept wings, and also the Yak-3 Series 9, and the LA-7 Series 1, and also the Ju-87D5. Note that the Ju-87D5 has a slightly more powerful engine, a slightly increased wingspan, and it's also equipped with the Stuvie bomb aiming sight, same as the Me-410. Since the series already has a decent collection of German aircraft at this point, as you can see, the majority of the new planes will be for the Soviets. Again, I consider the I-153 biplane to be the only quote-unquote new airplane in the set, since the rest are just different models of aircraft we already have. Aside from the I-153, the only other plane that interests me in this set is going to be the Ju-87D5, and only because it could be a newer and refreshed Stuka model, which I'd greatly appreciate since the Stuka from Battle of Stalingrad is beginning to show its age at this point. Once again, there's no new flyable bomber this time around as usual. The Russian SB series bomber would have been an interesting choice for early war scenarios, but alas, it's not to be. As for the maps, Siege and Liberation will include Odessa and the Gulf of Finland, and we'll have early and late war campaigns for each map, so we'll finally have a use for all the Finnish skins in the game. The developers claim Siege and Liberation will go into pre-order and early access in late spring 2025 with a full release by the end of the year. Just keep in mind this is subject to change, of course. My personal feelings about Siege and Liberation is just kind of meh. It's not really I mean, to be perfectly blunt, I don't know anything about that particular period or theater of the war. Um, Honestly, the Chaika would be the only draw for me personally. The rest of it is just kind of a bonus. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I just kind of feel meh about it. Not positive or negative either way. Great battles started in Stalingrad as a Eastern Front centered sim and will end as one in Odessa, and I think that's fair. I like the inclusion of the I-153. It's probably the biggest draw for me personally. And also the Ju-87D5 is more than welcome. We could always use more Stukas. Personally, I would have rather had a Ju-87B model since it looks somewhat different to the D model because of the different cowling, but it is what it is. I'm personally going to pre-order it as I always have. But it's sad for me to think that this will be the final expansion for Great Battles. There were so many other theaters and aircraft we could have had. The Mach-E MC-202 will end up being the only Italian airplane in the game. I doubt the B-25 or B-26 will ever get their cockpits. And who knows if they'll ever make any new collector planes for the series. I know people that missed the seaplanes from Rise of Flight, like the Felixstowe and the Hansa Brandenburg W-12, are going to be disappointed that they're not going to get the 4K treatment. But that's definitely out the window at this point. Though on an interesting side note, a little birdie on the IL-2 series Discord mentioned that they are developing an AI-only Zeppelin airship for us to intercept for flying circus, which I think will be a fantastic inclusion. After all, it's just not World War I without a good Zeppelin to set on fire. Even though this will be the end of the IL-2 Great Battles development, We still have a lot to look forward to with the newly announced Il2 Korea, and if what little they have shown of the new title is anything to go by, it's definitely going to be worth it.